How's it going, everybody? This is JD Child of Phoenix. It is the 24th of August, and long story short, there has been a lot of stuff going on here lately. Let me bring some of these down so it's not reflecting in here so bad. We have all sorts of different stuff going on. We have the elections. We also have a lot of the riots going on right now all over the place, especially Oregon, Memphis. There's several other ones that are going on as well. This is pretty much BLM and Antifa people. Now, I'm sure you guys know about all the riots and everything else that's going on. My main thing is what I try to do. These are all things that we cannot prevent. Now, the crazy part is now the right, the Republican side of things, they are pretty much fed up. A lot of these guys are ex-military. Some of them are probably ex-law enforcement, current law enforcement, people that want to really stand up for this country. The leftists do not. Now, what's going to end up happening is if you look at some of the riots that are going on, the right is already starting to fight back against these guys. Now, the thing is they're using similar tactics that the left uses, but not as damaging. You're not going to find people on the right throwing bricks, doing that kind of stuff. The majority of the actions I saw taking place were people utilizing a lot of probably pepper spray and bear spray. These leftists are taking bricks, glass, they're destroying everything, burning everything. They are more physically threatening at this point in time. Now, once the line gets crossed and somebody really either draws the line in the sand and the left is stupid enough to step over it, somebody's either going to get shot, multiple people are going to get shot, and then you're going to see a whole uptick of everything. The main thing to look at is not necessarily the right going and fighting against the left. You know it just as well as I do. It should never come to that. These people should be taken off the streets immediately. They should corner them up, shut down the whole city, call every cop, every federal agent, everybody, corner them in, and arrest every single person. So let's use this for an example. If I was to go create, or let's say somebody I knew was going to go commit the crime of arson on a building, and I help that person, whether I'm just standing there keeping point for them, making sure nobody's creeping up on them or anything like that, but I am aiding in a crime, that is a crime. If you're aiding somebody in a crime, that is a crime. So, with that being said, why aren't these people being arrested? Well, obviously, there is a meaning for it. So the question is, what is the meaning? The meaning is to stir the pot, all right? They need people on the right to be stirred up. They need people on the left to be stirred up. They need to stir everybody up. You also have a lot of panic signs that they're putting out there, from everything from vaccinations to food shortages, possible war with overseas. And here's the thing, guys. These Antifa and BLM people, not only are they causing problems here in our country, but us not reacting and taking care of the situation is making us look weak to other countries. All right? You have to keep something in mind. Not all other countries are civilized like we are. So when you have disobedience to the laws of the land, not being observed, not being withheld, not being enforced, it makes us look extremely weak to these other countries. Now, I'll give you an example of the mentality of some of these other countries. All right? let's take Iran, for example. About a year ago, there was this reporter out of Iran who was making all sorts of reports on the government, this and that, and this. Well, he went to France to be able to hide out. All right. In other words, he got the fuck out of Iran and went and hid in France. Do you guys remember what happened to him? Well, if not, I'll tell you what happened to him. Iran said that they want to have a sit-down meeting with him at the embassy. All right. So it's supposed to be level playing field. Sit down at the embassy, and we're going to sit down and have a discussion on what you've been reporting. All right. Something like 13 to 17 called government officials went to go meet with this dude. When the meeting was said and done, all those 13 to 17 guys left, and the other dude freaking vanished. In a thin air, he was gone. Well, they found out later what they did is they went in there on the level playing field and chopped dude up and put him in suitcases and took him back home. So, everybody makes fun of our governmental leaders, saying, oh, they're weak, they're this, they're that. Trust me, the leaders we have are no different than those guys in some aspects. The mentality of that country, for it to be okay for them to go on a level playing field and chop this dude up and put him in suitcases and take him back home, that's sending a serious message. Right now, these BLM and Antifa are not getting any serious messages, and the right's fucking fed up with it, all right? All this going there and getting in their face and pepper spraying them and stuff, that's nothing. All you're doing is just pissing them off more. But there's going to come a point in time where it's going to get very serious, and I bet it happens within the next month. With that being said, you have major destabilization going on politically. You have major job loss. They just reported that 25% of the hotels, motels, things like that are going out of business. They're declaring bankruptcy and all sorts of other stuff, okay? You have no more sports for people to watch and be like, oh, yeah, that makes me feel better about my day. That's dead. That's dead. In regards to the presidential Democratic running mates, Biden and Kamala Harris, all right? So you have Biden, who likes to sniff little kids, has hairy legs, all right? You guys know what I'm talking about. Does deals with Russia to give his son a job where he's making like $56 million a year, all right? Has numerous sex allegations against him, numerous reports of just walking around the state office where he's at, or the state housing where he's at, or his house or whatever, butt naked, not caring. You have Kamala Harris, who not only cheated on her husband, but went and banged some other lady's husband so she could get bumped up in politics, all right? And if you notice, about a month beforehand, maybe it was about a month and a half beforehand, before she got declared a running mate, she was calling Biden racist, saying that he was basically a pervert and all this other stuff. But as soon as she got that chance, hey, you want to be vice president? Yeah, I love Biden. He's a great guy, great family man, da-da-da. Yeah. So if she'll waver that, she'll waver that rapidly for power on her morals, what do you think she would do in regards for your safety? Do you want to take your little kids around Joe Biden so he can sniff their hair, grope them? This country needs to go back to where it was in the 40s and 50s, all right? If we took people from the 40s and 50s and put them in this country, just half of the populace, this place would come unglued. absolutely unglued, and things would be fixed probably within 48 hours. I honestly feel that the majority of this is nothing but a show to keep everybody entertained until whatever it is they're pushing towards gets accomplished. I just talked with one of my military friends, female lady that I used to work with, about getting stuff prepped up. One of the things we covered was about the different types of salts. I'm going to do a video here in regards to the things that you guys should be prepping, all right? Some of them are things that aren't even talked about that you're really going to need. So I'll probably be shooting that video later tomorrow. But in regards to all these riots and stuff, please be careful when you're out there. It's going to be really sad what's coming. It's going to be really sad. You're going to see a lot of people starving, a lot of people not having jobs, both sides fired up, a lot of violence, a lot of theft, a lot of murder. There's no other way around it. Even if this economy came back 100%, you're still going to have the political anxiety of people and their feelings and using their feelings as facts. They were even saying that Antifa went to one of these places with guillotines. I know if the right was to do 1/10 of what the left is doing right now, they'd all be in prison. So that tells you that's what they want to push towards. If you guys can, watch my previous video about the military groups that are already here, that people are completely unaware of. And the thing is if you don't know something is a military force, how are you going to fight against it? There are a lot of things that people have not taken into consideration that has been done to make sure that they fail. In my next video, I'll go over that. This is kind of just a end of the day rambling on about crap video. But really keep your eyes open about the two sides fighting with each other, because it's only going to take somebody squeezing one trigger. Just that first trigger gets pulled and all hell's going to break loose. Mark my words. Well, this is JD, Child of Phoenix. You guys have a great day.